Hello everyone. In previous class, regarding acid bases salts, I have explained completely the indicators. Now let us see the concept of neutralization. So in this neutralization, if you want this indicators concept, try to watch my previous classes. Then you will be clarified what is meant by indicator and all. So now coming to the neutralization. So what is meant by neutralization? We need to see what is meant by neutralization. So I already told in previous class what is acid which are sour in taste, base which are bitter in taste. So what is acid is a sour in taste, base is a bitter in taste. So now if acid is present, if in a substance, when acidic solution, when acid is mixed with base, say for example, in a test tube I have acid, or a container we have acid, and then if I added base, if I have added base to it, base solution. Whenever I'm adding base solution, the process of addition of base to the acid is called as neutralization. So what is meant by neutralization? When an acid solution is mixed with the base, both the solutions are get neutralized. The acid is neutralized by base, means the effect of acid is nullified by base, or the effect of base is nullified by acid. This type of addition, what we call it as neutralization. So now if we are adding base to the acid, so if we are holding the test tube of that particular addition, then what happened, we may feel the test tube becomes hot, because very important competitive exams bit, all neutralization reactions produce heat. So heat is produced, very important in neutralization reactions. Heat is produced. In future classes we may see exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction means the substance which gives heat, that is what we call it as exothermic reaction. In exothermic reaction, always, almost out of 100 chemical reaction, addition of acid to base is exothermic, which means always heat is produced. We may feel very hot if we hold the test tube. So that's why these are neutralization. What is neutralization? Addition of base to the acid, or addition of acid to the base. So it nullifies the effect of each character. Acid character it loses because of addition of base. Base it loses its character because of acid. That's why that process is called as neutralization. So now whenever if we are adding acid to the base, whenever if you are adding acid to the base, so it will produce the new substance called as salt, water. I already told you in neutralization reactions heat is also produced. Heat is also produced. So this is the chemical reaction. In exam they will ask you, when acid reacts with, what are the products? Salt is produced, water is produced, heat is also produced. So in the option A they will give you option A salt, option B water, option C heat, and option D all of the above. So you have to choose the all the above, because nowadays, so all the above options, you have to go through all the options, then only you need to identify the answer. If you choose salt immediately, then you will be wrong. That's why carefully we have to watch all the options. Very important. Neutralization reaction is an exothermic reaction which produces heat, and if we add acid to the base, then what are the products? Salt, water, and heat. These are the products. So the nature of salt, either again the formed acid, again a base, acid, a base, or a neutral. Neutral means it doesn't have any acid character or base character. That is what we call it as salt. So this is about the neutralization. Neutralization means the acid, usually whenever we are adding acid to the base or base to the acid, The reaction is called as neutralization, means the acid losing its property. Say for example, at this stage, I have taken 10 ml of acid. Same equal amount 10 ml of base I have taken. Base 10 ml I have taken. So into this, if I am adding indicator, if it is completely neutralized, if you are adding indicator, so if it is completely neutralized, then indicator is added. Then we can't identify whether this is an acid or a base, because the acid character is losing because of addition of base character is losing because of acid. Such type of reaction is called as indicators. Also usually will not, at neutralization we can't identify because that substance is either acid or base. We can indicators also identify. To know this indicators concept and all, please watch my previous video. So that's why I indicator identify. But if acid is losing its character, base is also losing its character, that's why indicator does not identify at this point. So we cannot identify. Such type of process is called as neutralization. So this is about the neutralization. So regarding neutralization in our life, we have some of the process based on this acid base neutralization process. So in the next video we will see how in our everyday life we will face this neutralization process. Thank you.